Hello everybody, Haku here with my live reaction for Tower of God Chapter 592, or Season 3, Episode 175. Happy New Year, I guess, everybody. This should be coming out right around New Year for me. I'm recording this at nearly 10 o'clock, running a little bit behind. Yeah, I'll try to get this up as quickly as possible. Should be up shortly after New Year, because, again, until I get my new computer, which should only be another, week or two, hopefully, these kind of take me longer than they should. But either way, I'm excited to get into reading this time around. When it comes to what I think we'll get, I'm kind of hoping for I don't know what I'm hoping for, because I think we'll follow Bomb's group and Lobadan and all of that. That makes the most sense logically, but there are just so many things going on with different characters that I'd love to see. I'd love to see more FUG stuff. More Traumeré Gaston stuff would be wonderful. More of the Rachel stuff. I'm really interested in what Rachel's group is doing there at the Sprout before everybody else gets there. But even if we stick with Bomb's group, I just think they're going over there to where Yuri and Kirin and Tiara are. I'm excited for all of them. I want to see Cha do things. I'm very interested to see where the Laura Elbaba stuff is going. Seeing more Snake or Serpent Master would be wonderful. Lilial and Jillial doing stuff. So even going over there, there's a lot of characters that I'm excited to see more of. I mentioned it last week, but I'm kind of bummed that they are just going with Lobadan, because there's a part of me that's I would have liked to have seen Doom do a bit more, or Dewan. I would have liked to have seen more of Dewan. But I guess we can always see more of them in the future. There's plenty of other characters doing things. Before I get started, I did want to say that what I've been doing for the past while is every couple chapters I'll take some more screen time notes, and then I'll always want to every single week, but I'm no, only a chapter or two has passed, so it'll only take me a few minutes. I should wait and let some more chapters build up before I do it. But I just thought I could have done screen time for the end of the year. So what I'm gonna do, I think the last chapter I took notes on was 589. After this chapter, probably tomorrow or Tuesday, I'll go ahead and take notes on 590, 591 in this chapter. And then when I do my reaction next week, before I react, I'll talk about the screen time for characters for the year, for 2023. So far, I've done all but 2 chapters plus this one from 2023. Bomb, main character, obviously in the lead. Behind him, I think, is Andrasi. After that, Serpent Master, who was up there with Bomb for a while, but we haven't been seeing as much of since we got into the Lobanon sort of war-ish stuff. We haven't really seen as much of Serpent Master there. I think Kun recently caught up to Serpent Master, so Kun's around there. After that would be characters like Lilial and Traumeré we saw a lot of in 2023. I'm not sure if Rack is next or if there'd be more characters before Rack. I know there was plenty of Ren. I think Dravi, surprisingly, is up there with Rack. I think every time I look, I'm really? Really? Dravi? This much? But there actually was a bit of Hema Slime. Dravi, I think, is actually pretty up there, which again is a little bit surprising compared to some of the others. Yuri probably has a good amount. I don't know, Yuri did come in halfway through the hotel arc, so I'm not sure. But a Yuri I would think has kind of a bit, but I'll talk about that before I get into next video. Also, for anybody that's waiting on Kubera ORV stuff, I figure this is a fair enough place to say this, because that's also Webtoons manhwa stuff. I've been working on a video. I wanted to do a big in-depth breakdown of the Sorrow of Lost / Lost / The Lost arc from Kubera. I wanted to do a big in-depth breakdown, but that's taken a long time. I've taken 2 full pages of notes, and I'm 4 chapters into it, and then I look and I'm there's still 4 or 5 more chapters. So I think tomorrow I'm just going to go ahead and do a Kubera and ORV reaction and post those reactions for you, and that in-depth breakdown video for Kubera for that arc will be out eventually. It's just that I'm going to need a little bit more time to work on it, and I don't want to keep people waiting even longer, because it's already been a while, so I'm just going to do some reactions tomorrow, I think. So I just wanted to throw that out there for Kubera and ORV fans. But either way, with all of that stuff, a long intro as always out of the way, let's just go ahead and read this week, see what we end up with. Like I said, there's so many different aspects, so many different characters and stuff going on, that I feel no matter what we see, I'm going to be pretty excited for at least some aspects of it. We do have a violence warning. I mentioned before how that means like nothing, though. We have somebody bahahaing. I never imagined Kirin was after you. Okay, it is. I was gonna say from the bahaha, I thought it was going to be Elbaba, but then I'm like, maybe not, because they're mentioning Kirin, but then scroll down a little further and it is. I never imagined Kirin was after you as well. It looks like he has bigger plans for you than simply killing you. Don't you ever get up or give up, says Lilial, or Shilial. Shilial. Sorry, messing up names already. If I present you to Kirin, I'll earn the family's trust once again. Well, Laura, are you ready to beg me now? Laura doesn't look like she's in a lot of shape to be doing much of anything at the moment. I'll reconsider if you howl like a wolf and beg me, and we saw all of this last chapter. What was that? Piss off, you fucker. How dare you? And this is the benefits of a long intro. I don't have to worry about saying fucker this deep into the video, probably, hopefully. How dare you? And he just mollywops her, absolutely just bops her on the head. Ugh. Tower of God, Season 3, Lopobia Split 3. And, well, I guess Lobaton's going to be very, very upset at his turn of events when he gets here. Laura, you bastard. Okay, and we have Serpent Master and Cha running in, going past where the person was, and we saw the little, like, potion tincture bottle thing that I brought up open up as the guy got obliterated last time. I do think he'll have some kind of phoenix powers where he'll probably be able to regenerate or something. We're seeing the blazing fire. Did you think I was dead? Oh, he straight up turns into the bird itself. Interesting. So I don't think it's quite like the Windbird. Again, I would think that this, like, we got introduced to transformation, and this is what I imagine when they were like, yes, Yama's people practice canine transformation. But instead, they just turned into, like, weird, monstrous, again, like, eldritch abominations. I would think this makes sense for what transformation should be, though. This, to me, looks like transformation. I'm an immortal phoenix. So I wonder if he can then, does he just take the phoenix's body, and the phoenix is like his creature, but he embodies it and can also turn back into a human? I don't know, it's very confusing, the logic behind this power. This is our chance, let's go see Kirin. And Albaba's jumping up to the wolf wolf's just leaving. Mother, Lilial and Shilial running behind. Damn it, Laura, we have to go after them. Do you think I'm some kind of pushover? And they look back. We have Serpent Master attacking. I told you, I'm a phoenix. Your pathetic attacks are useless against me. Oh, and he's like slipping through and sending his talons out after the twins. Shilial, Lilial, no. And then we cut to the fight with Yuri and Tiara. Hey, why aren't you using that skill you used before? Have you lost something? Stop talking, I can't think clearly. I'm sorry, Father. It's all my fault. I lost the pen while having all those high drunks. Also, I didn't know if it was going to be a situation where she would have to think twice about how she was allowed to fight here. Because of, things. This is such a great panel. Came back to look for it. That's hilarious. That's so funny. Just on all fours, looking for the pen, but still holding up the staff, of course. Kirin, look this way. Elbaba? Over here. I caught Laura. And then look at me. That's so funny. Who is that? That silly fool. Saved me some trouble. Well done. Now, give her to me. Oh crap, but we need that woman. Is she someone important? That's Laura, Lobaton's daughter. Lobaton. This isn't good. Dealing with Lobaton is one thing, but I heard that Bomb promised to protect her and her daughters. If Bomb finds out she's been taken away, yeah, that would be bad. And we see the flames coming up as well. Oh, and this guy has the princesses. Haha, Kirin, I caught them. I love just the freaking, what am I thinking of here? The, sort of just random grunts, the, random henchman dialogue coming out of these guys. It's great. These two princesses belong to the Lopobia family. Damn it, let go of me. Shoot, now he has those two as well? Zahard's princesses? Good job, you two. Kirin lands. It's too bad that we haven't caught the irregular yet. But, now that we have hostages, he'll show himself soon. And I just remembered something that I forgot last video. Hold on, let me bring this up on screen really quick. Give me one quick second here. So I mentioned last week that I was like, oh, Kirin's totally I could not remember the name of Tengu for the life of me, but he's totally a Tengu. Tengu have like the red skin, the white hair, the raven wings. So like totally, hopefully none of these search images are explicit. I did not think this through at all. But either way, you kind of get my point, going back to the chapter now. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that up, something that probably everybody else has already noticed. He's definitely like based on a Tengu visually. Alright, I'm back to the chapter. I just wanted to bring that up because that's something that, for some reason, I don't know why it took me this long for that to click into my head, but it just clicked into my head last week while I was reading, that I was like, oh yeah, that's obviously what he's based on, and then over the course of this week I'm like, why had I never thought of that before? And I'm like, maybe I should just show it on screen. But either way, let's continue reading. Now that we have hostages, he'll show himself soon. It's too bad that we haven't caught the irregular yet, but now that we have hostages, he'll show himself soon. He's going to have to show back up quickly, or they're going to notice that he dipped out of there. The irregular's practically in our grasp. What are you two going to do? We have 3 hostages now. I think it's time for you to lay down your weapons and surrender. Crap, this keeps getting worse. What should I do? We had the pocket showing up. Yuri, I'm headed back to the station with Lobadan. Can you open the warp gate for us? I'm counting on you. Bomb? Surrender. But all those hostages are from the Lopobia family. Of course I'm going to fight, right? Tiara's like, why do I care? Hey, let's just surrender. What do you mean? Those 3 hostages are worthless to us. Did all that drinking kill your last few brain cells? Shut up, and for your information, I happen to have a hostage of yours. I'll give your pen back if you surrender. We have the sweat going down her face. You thief! You're the one who stole it? I didn't steal anything. You gave it to me earlier. Tiara, can I have your autograph? Of course. I didn't know you wanted her face here. It's so smug. I love it. Of course, I didn't know you wanted it so badly. Can I take a look at your pen? Sure. I don't see why not. I love Tiara. She is definitely one of my new favorite characters. Remember? And then, I can't believe you. If I surrender, do you really have some way out of this? Just give me back the pen. I'll wipe them all out for us. Lobadan is coming. You, surrender and go with Kirin. I'll open the gate for Lobadan. We'll save those 3, right when And again, I'm saying Lobadan other than Robadan, just because I think it sounds cooler, and it's like, it flows easier when I'm reading. So that's just why I'm going with that. There's no right or wrong translation, I don't think. That's just why I keep saying Lobadan. But yeah, those 3, when he gets here, when this is all settled, I'll give your pen to Bomb. Okay, so is Bomb just going to absorb the pen powers? Okay, we surrender. We've reached an agreement. She's going to surrender. And then, very good, Princess Yuri. You made the right choice. But there's a condition. I'm one of the princesses of the 13 months. I can't just surrender like an ordinary person, so I refuse to be imprisoned or restrained in any way. I'll just let you go and leave you alone. I'll open the gate and head back myself. Is that clear? Very well. I respect your wishes. I can't afford to stir up trouble with the Zahard family. Now then. And she just kicks her. She surrendered, so you can have her. Haha, I got her, she thinks. That little... And then... We still have this guy, who, I guess the hair is a part of the mask, so we don't know what this guy looks like yet, but they made him seem somewhat important. Hurry up, take the hostages back to the battleship. And search every inch of the submarine. I want that irregular brought to me. And then Yuri rushes off. I'd better hurry. I have to open the gate before they realize that Bomb isn't here. Inside the submarine, damn it, Kirin. Is this why you let me get away in the first place? Okay, Gorodo's doing something. So that you could steal the Irregular once I got him off the battleship. We have this crash. It's one of Kirin's troops. Oh? Is this a female member of Kirin's troops? I don't think we've seen... Yeah, it is. We haven't seen a woman in Kirin's army yet. Okay. And we know that some of Kirin's troops are actually really powerful. If the last guy, I kind of read it wrong last time, it's not that he was a candidate for a branch. He was an actual branch leader that got deposed from his position. So if you have like formal branch leaders, or like former, I think I said formal there, former branch leaders as part of your troops, then like some of these might actually be pretty strong. So we have somebody going with Gororo, and he lets the six-legged lizards out. And they're latching onto their needle. Those lizards are sticking to the needle. And she tosses it away. She looks cool, actually. She looks kind of cool. You still use the same dirty tricks as always, I see. Okay, so it's somebody who knows Gororo. It's been quite a while since I left the battleship. That voice is so familiar. So you probably don't even remember me. I suppose you have too many siblings to keep track of them all. So this is... Okay, before I keep going, this is so cool. Because we have a lot of these characters that are like closer related to Traumerei and everything that look kind of like Traumerei. Are we going to get somebody who looks kind of like female Traumerei? Because really, one of the closest ones we have to him visually, I think, is Gororo. But you should remember my face at least. They're so cool. Yeah, they do. They have the same kind of like eyebrow thing going on. They do have pointy ears though, but I feel like that's a Tower of God thing. Like, ears look like this a lot of the time. I don't know if it's a CU thing, but ears look like this a lot in Tower of God. Another former branch leader of Lopobia's army, Lopobia Perper. Okay? We have Perper. That's hilarious. I love the name too. That's great. Former branch leader Perper. So I wonder then if she was the former head of the lizard branch, maybe. I thought you lost your title and were kicked out of the family for opposing the hatchlings. What are you doing back here? Kicked out. Nonsense. I left voluntarily. So I wonder if this is also part of Kirin's play, where he's collected people that Traumerei thought that he was throwing away, but actually Kirin's been keeping them as part of his own personal troops. Like, the guy from last chapter whose name I'm forgetting. I think Dr. Bonehead accidentally called him Kadudu or something. You have like Kadudu who lost his place as branch leader. You have this one who was supposedly kicked out but accidentally or actually left voluntarily. And maybe Traumerei's like, oh yeah, they left the family, but Kirin has been like secretly just adding them to his forces. Kirin and I already had an agreement. Okay. That I would return to the battleship like this. And are these supposed to be some sort of urchin monsters? That's so cool. The like lamp with the lid that comes off. That's so cool. An agreement with Kirin, that bastard. So he was planning on betraying the family this whole time. I can't believe she's back here. I mean, I would have thought that Gororo knew that. I mean, by being a part of Revolution, because Gororo was part of Revolution, by being a part of that, isn't Gororo betraying the family? But he spews out this green mucus. What the hell is going on? And he starts forming more of the lizards. And they push back against the urchin-looking things. He tears off his jacket and rushes in. This is really cool. I like these two siblings. I like Gororo and Perper. You fool. You know I have the advantage in hand-to-hand combat. I was already one of the best martial arts, one of the best at martial arts among the branch leaders, even before I left the battleship. And he sprays out a mucus blast and catches her hand. He used Shinsu to create slime. And he rushes past her. He's pulling the grape rush maneuver. Are you running away? Do you really think you'll get away with this? We're descendants of the family head and of... Wait. We're descendants... Oh, okay. Okay, we cut away. Okay. I thought that was still Perper talking to Gordo. This is one of the princesses. This is Lilial or Shilial. Probably Lilial, because this kind of... The way, do you know who I am, is a very Lilial thing to say. Do you really think you'll get away with this? We're descendants of the family head, and princesses of and then princesses of Zahard? So what? Says Elbaba. Elbaba, you know, you might not like him. I might not like him. But he's kind of pulling some W's these past 2 chapters. He's kind of W Baba mode. You have no idea how desperate I am. Do you really think if you two or do you really think I care if you two are princesses? You're not even one of the 13 months. You're gonna regret this. Just wait till our grandfather finds out. And yeah, Elbaba actually might be massive Elbaba moment when Lobadan shows up. I need to take them with me. But God, they sure make a lot of noise. He'll make you sorry. And then, I wish I could kill them right now. The warp gate inside the station. And of course, man, I kind of, like I love Hugo last chapter. A part of me kind of hopes that maybe Hugo tagged along. Alright, and egregious butt shot, not complaining, but like this kind of thing showing up more and more. Again, not complaining, but it is noticeable how there was like almost none of those kinds of shots until very recently in Tower of God. Alright. Then I feel like all of the characters have become much more attractive. Like, at least in the way that they're presented lately. But either way, they're here. Where the hell did that irregular run off to? Just wait till I find the Slayer candidate. Once I find him, I won't need those 3 as hostages. Then I can finally kill them. Alright, okay, we have, what's his name, Gran Abuelo coming in. And he grabs onto the entire platform. Huh? What the... Oh, and he's grabbing onto the, I don't remember his actual name, Kadoodoo. He's grabbing onto the bird guy. Where did this tree come from? Could it be? Alright. And we have the Bong Bong dropping out Andrasian bomb. Okay, actually, in this, it's like one of those things where we have the panel where Hugo looks like really kind of messed up, and then another panel where it's like, Hugo looks okay here. We had panels where Laura looked pretty messed up, and then in this panel it's like, oh, actually, she might be aight. I swear, this is the last time I'm acting as your shuttle. Okay, Andrasi, you'd better do what you need to do. Okay, doubt. Do not believe. This is Andrasi's, like, 99% of her, part in the story. I will. I'll make sure. And he punches the wolf and makes it drop. Laura, there are no mistakes. Hey, it's the irregular. And he goes to grab Laura before she falls. Honestly, I'm not going to tell Bomb what he should do. Personally, it's like if you're being forced, if you're in the situation where you have to choose between the princesses, I think that Shilial's the clear and obvious way to go over Lilial. But if Tower of God was like a JRPG with romance routes, I'm not saying that you couldn't go the MILF route. I am just saying that if the Serpent Master was okay with it, and like Laura was okay with it, like if they're not like actually a thing, you know, MILF route, that's all I'm saying. Irregular, where have you been? Oh, Baba, he thinks. Lord Keating, the irregulars appeared near the transport ship. What? How can that be? Andy's not alone. Lobadan is with him. Keating, and he calls out while standing on the branches of a willow. Shouldn't you be on the battleship? What are you doing here? This is a critical time for you. You should be by your family head's side. Lobadan, why are you wasting time on this nonsense? And like we've seen 2 strong people facing off plenty of times, but we haven't got to see them go all out. This might be one of the first times where we're seeing like 2 of the strongest people in the tower that might actually get to go all out against each other. Why are you wasting time on this nonsense? What are you doing here? Okay, we get cliffhung there. That was a good chapter, though. This arc has just been really, really good. Like I did last time, I'm going to pull this off so you can see the credits while I'm talking. That was a very good chapter. I had a lot of fun reading it. I hope you all gained something from watching my reaction. I hope it was fun or entertaining. It helped you waste 20-30 minutes if you needed to. I hope it had some insight to it. That'd be like my biggest thing that I hope to do with these, because I feel like that's what I do a pretty okay job at. I'm not a really loud, bombastic person. I'm kind of a more chill, lower key, calmer person just in general. I don't really freak out and yell too much. So I feel like I'm not the most entertaining when it comes to reactions, even listening to my own as I edit them and everything. But what I do think I'm pretty alright at is I think I'm pretty alright at, analyzing the stuff, digging deeper into the story. So I hope I did an okay job. But either way, I had fun, and I hope you all did too. I can't wait until, next week, and then next week, and then next week. I'm just having so much fun with Tower of God every week. I just think it's so good. It's been so, and even when all my time of covering and reading Tower of God, I've been reading Tower of God since season 1, and I started doing videos, Dollar Show? I always feel like I started before Dollar Show, but I didn't start until Dollar Show. I've been doing videos since Dollar Show. Even at what I perceive to be the low points of me covering Tower of God, which was probably just Last Station. I think Last Station was the time when I was maybe having the least fun with it, and even then I was having a lot of fun with it. Even in the cage, a lot of people don't really like the cage that much. I was having a lot of fun with the cage, but I just feel like things have built more and more. I was having more fun talking about the walls than I was about the cage. I was having more fun talking about the nest than that, and I'm having more fun talking about this stuff. Sorry, hiccup, had a big dinner. And I'm having more fun talking about this stuff than I was talking about the nest. I just think that it just has been getting better and better and better since the beginning of season 3. And the stuff post-hiatus, the hotel arc, this stuff after the hotel arc, has not just been, some of the best stuff in season 3. I really think this is some of the best stuff in Tower of God. Just period. I think that I'm having more fun reading this, or at least as much fun reading this as I had reading early season 2. As much fun as I had reading Workshop Battle, and Workshop Battle was so fun to read weekly. And I feel like I'm having that much fun, if not more, with what's going on right now. I just feel like it's some of the most fun that I've had. But yeah, either way, I'm just rambling. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for this year. Hopefully there will be much, 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 much more next year compared to this year. When we get to 650, that probably won't be next year. That'll probably be 2025. I don't know. When we get to 650, I will maybe consider doing another big character poll thing. I just want it to have been enough time since the last one. And I think the last one was at 550, I think. But when we get to 600, that's going to be less than 10 weeks from now. When we get to chapter 600, I already said it, I'm going to be doing another big top 100 characters by screen time video. So look forward to that when we get to 600. Like I said, I have big projects coming for Kubera. I plan to really, really go in on doing everything weekly, next year again in a couple weeks when I get a new computer. When I get a new computer in a couple weeks too, I'd love to do streams. I might not stream the reactions just because A, Dr. Bonehead's already doing it at this time, and B, I kind of enjoy just being able to record for 20-30 minutes then post it. If streams end up being something that would work better, maybe I'll stream at 11 o'clock or something. And I'll just do streams every week. But I'd honestly like to stream on Mondays, not doing the reaction. I'll do the reaction Sunday. And then on Monday, I can just jump on a stream for a couple hours and just sit here and talk about Tower of God with you all if you want. I think something like that would be nice. Just sit back, maybe play a game while we're doing it, and just talk about Tower of God. Just talk for a while. Again, I'm still rambling. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I get caught up. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that. Follow on Twitter if you want. If you want a link to the Discord server, just ask and I can give you a link. It's free and open for anyone. We can all talk there. if you would like to help support the channel, to help me keep making things, then you could drop a super thanks down below if you'd like to, or if you want a shout out at the end of every video, if you want One Piece videos a bit early. Currently, the current One Piece video that's already up doesn't go public until next Sunday, I think, so you get that one way early. If you want those early, and if you want shout outs at the end of every video, then you can hit join down below to become a member. You can go to patreon.com/Haku of the Tubes, or a link will be in the description to become a patron. Either way, supports the channel, helps me keep doing things. So huge thank you to people who do support. Huge thank you for all of you for just watching and being here, but thank you to patrons and members. Thank you so much to Chosen Regular Evan Holly, to Magical Girls, FR Nono and Smeller Dog, to Sheridan Student, David Langstaff, to Slayer Candidates, SG and Stans Eater, and to Pure Element Pate Ardialo. They really, legitimately, where this has been like kind of a rough year for me making things. Hopefully, again, next year I plan to be much better compared to this year. But throughout the roughness of this year, having the patrons and members has really helped, like, the channel continue as it has. So I just want to say a huge, massive thank you to them, but also just a huge thank you to all of you for being here and watching. So thank you so much. Like I say at the end of every video, thank you so much, and I'll see you all next time.